Scotland making their first World Cup since 1998. There was a few familiar faces in the Scotland team that you'll know well from your time at Aberdeen. Kenny McLean, there was Lewis Ferguson, Ryan Christie, and Big Scott McKenna. It's not a bad return for a team and that spell you had there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's great to see. It's when you're sort of, yes, I was lucky enough. I was an international player and I got to play in the Euros. Unlucky to miss out on the World Cup. We got beat in the playoff final, etc. But no, I've always, after obviously watching Northern Ireland and watching sort of all the home nations, you want all these home nations to qualify for a major tournament. It gets you intrigued, gets you interested straight away. And I just landed on the sofa last night watching Scotland and just seeing sort of boys that you had your career with, to see them being on that sort of world stage, everyone watching and against all odds, against a good, very Denmark side, to see the likes of Scott McKenna, Lewis Ferguson, Ryan Christie, as you named there, seeing these boys just do unbelievable. Kenny McLean's goal at the end, and it's just unbelievable. Like, you always knew Kenny's ability. It was left foot, and Kenny was always the type of player when he came deep, I would always get out onto the touchline, Johnny the same, and you knew he would hit the ball out 40, 50, 60 yards to your feet, and you just got off fullback. So to have the privilege of playing with these players in your career is unbelievable, and then to have the opportunity to watch these boys in the World Cup is going to be sensational, to be honest. So delighted for them all, and I'm sure it'll not sink in now until this draw happens, and it's going to be an unbelievable World Cup, and thankfully Scotland there. If I'm being honest, I just love the Scottish national anthem and how good it was at the last Euros, and then last night's probably the best I've heard it in a number of years, and I've always loved the floor of Scotland, so it's exciting times for the country, and can only boost everybody, and even it's just an incentive for everyone, any young man that wants to go and play for their club first and foremost, and have the opportunity to go and play for Scotland and do so. So the hard job now for the manager is to pick the right amount of players to be on that plane, because they're going to be battling out for their positions on that team first and foremost. But a seat on the plane is going to be an even bigger battle, I'm sure.
Yeah. We've all seen, of course, the success Lewis has had in Italy has been, sublime, really. Where you think breaking into that team, when he first arrived, he was so young, but like you say, he got a place in that first team so quickly. But on Scott McKenna as well, he said, you think of the countries he's played in. Now, of course, in Zagreb, he's flying there, but playing in the Premier League before that, and in Spain with Las Palmas, and in Copenhagen as well. Just what a career had and the different experiences he's gone through.
Unbelievable, and not fair play to both of them. The Ferguson one is when he first came to Aberdeen, it was a funny one in the sense of he just left Hamilton. He's probably coming in maybe as a development type player and to sort of see how things went. But his attitude, everything, and you could see his ability straight away. But Fergie came in and just hit the ground running. He played in a few pre-season games, done really well, and then that was him in the team, and he was never coming out of the team. Sort of his drive from within himself, his whole mentality, his ability, obviously as well. He just went from strength to strength, and he was just a brilliant player to have in your team. And I think Scott McKenna, even last night, he's probably the sort of unsung hero in the squad, as you'd like to say. I think his performance last night was brilliant. He's just robust, fit, strong. He's up against a world-class centre forward in Hoyland. So, just sort of performances like that, probably from me and probably from the likes of yourselves, you do see it, and he probably doesn't get the applaudance that he deserves, but ultimately the whole team deserves applaudance, yes, and the players that come up with the big moments, the big goals will always get the applaudance. But the likes of obviously Scott McKenna, hand in hand, was brilliant, and anytime he's been called upon, he's done really well in the Scotland jersey. And I think having that experiences of playing around the world, playing in different venues, in different clubs, big nations, and huge atmospheres, that's definitely stood him in good stead. And he's a player that's had setbacks in his career, of course he has, and he's just sort of learned from everything, and being at a club like Aberdeen's definitely helped him to move on, playing the Premiership. And look, he's playing at a high level again, and he's doing really well. So, credit to each and every one of them.
Have you seen Kenny McLean score a better goal than he did last night?
Probably not. He's scored a few good goals in his career, so he has. But that last one last night was just unbelievable. You just knew once it left his foot, there's only one place it was going, and it just creeped into that corner, and that's it. Off he went to that corner and celebrated. So, unbelievable. Even Shanklin coming off. It's funny that Shanklin probably he's not getting much applause, like even his goal. But I think that comes off the back of obviously Dorgu scoring that equaliser. But now they all deserve enormous credit, all the goal scorers, and they've always had to be patient at different times. Kenny's had setbacks, Shanklin's had setbacks, not being maybe in the last couple of squads as well. But I just feel like in that Scotland squad, and I felt in the Northern Ireland squad as well, and when we went to the Euros, just that team camaraderie, everyone's just genuine, normal guys, and they just go on about their business and just go out and ultimately give it their all for their country. And they've obviously done that under the backing of the manager as well. So, yes, a wee bit of luck along the way, which you'll always need with performance not being brilliant. But ultimately, it's never easy to win any group, and to go and win the group and top the group and get a World Cup is unbelievable. Fair play to everybody. And hopefully, I'll get out to watch it myself.